So today guys, we're going to be showing you guys a build that's going to help you counter this exotic AR that I have in my hand. If you don't want to end up a statistic in the dark zone where you're getting shocked like this, because more and more players will have this weapon in the future, well, this is a build that I would recommend putting in your loadout, so that way in case you do run against players who are using it, well, this will help you. And it's actually a good one. It still has enough damage, but it protects you from getting shocked like these players are right here, right? Because once that happens, it's pretty much a wrap. Oh, and did I mention you can't be foamed? Yes. So two of the most used status effects in the game that slow you down, you will not be affected. Take a look. Havoc has shock bullets right now, and he shoots me. Nothing. Like I can still move. It's not affecting me. You see the damage, but nothing. And then he's gonna foam me. Same thing. I'm going to be able to keep moving. So not only am I protected against that shock, I will 100% be protected against those chem launchers. So let's get into the build. So for the specialization, you can pretty much run whatever you want. As you guys know, I like running this build in a group. So for me, the survival list is going to give my team the most benefit from this, right? Because when I pop a med kit, my teammates are going to get it. Not only that, they're also going to get 10% extra damage to status effect enemies. So if I shock them or put any type of status effect on them, obviously this is how this would work. So for our weapon, we are running the St. Elmo's engine. This is the new exotic AR. We have ours with assault rifle, health damage, damage targets out of cover. Remember, if you guys don't have an attribute you like at the bottom, so if you don't have damage targets out of cover, you can re-roll it. I re-rolled mine. I'm just putting this out because a lot of people still question that. You can re-roll it at the library and you get a random bottom roll. So you have to re-roll it every time. Now, obviously you guys know how the talent works by now. Once you get 100 stacks, the next magazine will be filled with shock ammo. So 70 in the magazine with shock ammo, which is crazy. But what's cool about it is it has crit damage, 20%, 30 rounds, 20% weapon handling, and 20% crit chance. Now, obviously the FAMAS is still one of the hardest hitting burst damage weapons in the game, especially for PvP. So we have assault rifle, health damage, damage targets out of cover. We can actually look at both of them. And then we have Optimus, weapon damage increased by 3% for every 10% ammo missing. We have crit chance on the scope, crit chance on the underbarrel, crit chance on the muzzle, and then in 20 rounds. So we have 50 rounds. If you look, damage is exactly the same between the two. The big difference is the FAMAS is gonna have 50 more RPM, plus he's gonna have the Optimus talent. And then obviously your St. Elmo is going to have the extra crit damage and then 5% extra crit chance. So that's just a big difference between the two. So let's get into the build, because this is where it helps you protect against those shock bullets that you're starting to see a lot of people run. And then obviously this build also helps against that foam, because if you guys see in this gameplay right here, I can't be shocked and I can't be foamed. And that's what's cool about it. So let's get into it. So I am running one piece of the new gear set, new brand set, but I am running the Ninja Bike messenger bag. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna allow me to unlock the second piece bonus. So if you notice, we have 10% status effects on here, plus we have 20% shock resistance. And you kind of need that if you wanna be shock proof, right? We have armor on here, we have crit damage, we have hazard protection, and then we have 12% critical hit damage. So ideally, this is what you want for this mask. The hardest thing about this is getting these rolls, because you need it to actually roll crit damage, hazard protection, because it's always gonna roll skill tier. So the two bottom rolls is what you're gonna need to get. Either craft it, if you can craft it, or farm for it, and hopefully it drops. So probably farm mask and countdown. Maybe you'll get lucky. I was lucky enough to get this one, and it had maxed out hazard protection, and then I just rolled the crit damage. Remember, you can mix match these pieces all the way around, so you can probably put this on the holster or the knee pads. So yeah, that's what you guys are going to want to get right here. For our chest piece, we're running with the Fenris chest piece. It's gonna give us 10% assault rifle damage plus 20% reload speed. So we have 170,000 armor. We have crit damage, crit chance, and critical hit damage on the Ahmad, and then we have unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, you repair 95%. But remember, if you go to normalized stats, it's only 50% in PvP, so just keep in mind, but it's still a nice chunk at 1.9 million armor. For our holster, we are running the Picar's holster, so we get 10% skill haste, plus 1 skill tier. We have 170,000 armor, we have critical hit damage, and then we have weapon damage. For the knee pads, we have the Cheska knee pads, and if you notice right here, we have armor, critical damage, and hazard protection. And what does a two-piece chest gonna give us? Another 10% hazard protection. So this is another one, might take a little bit of farming, but you wanna have hazard protection there, and you wanna have the armor roll because you want the extra armor on this build. That's how you have your survivability. But the two piece is gonna give another 10% hazard protection, plus that 10% crit chance, and then we have critical hit damage mod right there. We head over here and we have the Cavalier gloves. Now, the reason why we have a two-piece Cavalier is because it's gonna give us 30% weapon damage. And then we have armor, and then we have 10% hazard protection. This is probably the easier piece to get. You can run this on any of the pieces, just mix it, but you just need one piece here because the backpack's gonna unlock the 30% hazard protection. And then finally, the Ninja Bike Messenger Bag, I mentioned it. This is why we're able to unlock those two pieces on the other sets. We have weapon damage, we have armor, we have skill tier, then we have expertise, we leveled it up a little bit, and then we have critical hit chance. So ideally that is what you want on this build, so that way you can maximize your crit chance and then hit as much crit damage as you can. Now, you guys already know the Ninja Bike does its thing because it unlocks the two-piece set bonuses on all of this and the two-piece on the green gear set. I like running mine with the Defender drone, but it really just depends on your group. So you guys can swap these out, switch out the Riot Foam for whatever you want. But the good thing, like I said, I have a tier 3 Riot Foam. So I'm gonna be able to, if someone's trying to use it on me, they won't be able to Riot Foam me. But if I use it on them, that's what's actually cool. So that is what is really cool about this on this build. And honestly, why I like it. So we head over to the stats, you'll see we have 89,000 weapon damage, right? You guys saw that already. But look, 52% crit chance, 137% crit damage. If I'm running the FAMAS, 47% crit chance, 117% crit damage. So it just depends on what you guys are running on the build itself. But for the headshot damage, 75% headshot damage, 21% health damage, plus we have that 10% damage to targets out of cover on the build. But where the build gets really good is we're almost at 2 million armor. Once I get this fully optimized, we should be there. But go over here, look. We have 50% pulse resistance, not big deal, but look, 80% hazard protection. So that means that bleed, that blind, that burn, disrupt, and snare, it's gonna be almost, it's not gonna really affect me too much. It is, but not that much. But what really is key is the 100% shock resistance. And what you'll notice is with 80% in snare resistance, I don't even get foamed. Like he was trying to foam me and it wasn't bothering me that much. So that's what's actually really good with that, especially people who are running those 1-tier chem launchers, two-tier chem launchers. That's what's really good about this. And then look, shock resistance, 100%. Can't get shocked. And that's what really makes this build great, because when players start to get this, they're all gonna start running this. They're gonna try to build up that shock. And if you already have this and you're a solo player, you're not gonna get shocked, so you don't have to really worry about this, and it still hits pretty good. So if you guys been looking for a build to combat that shock, because a lot of people, it's gonna take you some grinding. Some of these pieces are gonna be hard to get, but if you put in the time, you grab them, you definitely have some fun with them. I think the hardest two pieces are the new brand set, and then obviously this Cheska if you guys don't have it already. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think you guys will probably enjoy this one, and we're gonna wrap it up here. So I'll see you guys in the next one, but until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.